girls, they just gotten their ID after 2 weeks. But for me, I'm waiting for the ID like 1.5 years.
1999 mpaka dakika hii tuko miaka ngapi? Mpaka sasa hajapata.
They pay hell of money and they get ID card before the Kenyan youth who was born here.
Vijana kama wana kitambulisho wanaweza fanya vitu nyingi ambaye inawapeleka njia mbaya. Wengine wanaweza kula drugs.
Ile mtu wanasema wanajua hawezi pata kibali.
Unaweza hata baba, unaweza wazee wako hapa kwa hii town Garissa hawana kitambulisho, hata hawezi saidia watoto wao kupata birth certificate.
Must I go to the mosque and swear in the name of my Allah that I'm a Kenyan citizen?
These are aliens in their own land. A long drive on a poor, dusty, meandering road snakes into the arid regions of the northern part of Kenya. From afar, this place looks lifeless, but a closer look presents a people long forgotten in developments.
50 years of independence, there is not one single kilometer of road. Social services are missing completely. Health facilities completely are lacking. We are holding the highest mortality rate in terms of childbirth, maternal childbirth. So all these things combined clearly speaks in terms of development that the area has been absolutely ignored.
Ethnic Somalis, Boranas and Oromos, among others, primarily inhabit this region, which has its headquarters in Garissa town. For a long time, Kenya has been a deeply unequal society, not only economically and politically, but also along a variety of personal identity lines, such as the rights of being recognized as Kenyan citizens.
We are like lesser citizens. No one is just, the government is just there, it's not helping us or improving the status of the people.
In the northern region, acquisition of identity cards is not only a challenge but also a tiresome process. Majority of these residents do not have this significant document.
Mtu anakanyaga kutoka hapa kama Ilasu huko, anaenda kutafuta ID, ama Baswena huko, amehangaika analala 2 days 3 days huko, anakuja bila hata kupata barua yote ID, anakuja anarudi hivyo, tena anaambiwa next day, baada ya masiku fulani anaambiwa tena aende mahali fulani. Anakata. Sasa ID hapo wajeri vijana tumekosa ID sana.
This is in contradiction with what happens in other parts of the country.
When I reached the age of getting ID, that is 18 years, I just applied for ID. I filled in the form, then I sent it, and then I waited for only 3 months. Then after 3 months, my ID came.
The Kenyan Constitution, Article 12, Clause 1b, states that every citizen is entitled to a Kenyan passport and any document of registration or identification issued by the state to citizens. Article 15, Clause 2 of this same Constitution states that a person who has been lawfully resident in Kenya for a continuous period of at least 7 years and who satisfies the conditions prescribed by an Act of Parliament may apply to be registered as a citizen, and hence they shall be deemed lawfully Kenyan citizens. This is a reality that is yet to be achieved in most parts of the country.
Article 35 inakuambia unapata information kutoka ofisi ya serikali. Ukienda ofisi ya immigration, vijana hawa wakienda wanaambiwa watafanya nini? Toka, no information ambayo unapatiwa. So hata kama katiba imebadilishwa katika hii mkoa ama hii county, mambo ni bado.
Residents here attribute the lack of identity cards to the long, rigorous, complex vetting processes involved in its application process.
Vetting session looks like this. 1, it is a full committee with a chair, who is the DO of the area. It is composed of officers from the security team. We have the chief of the area plus his assistants, and we have the elders, at least one elder from each sublocation.
Ile mtoto ambaye si hapa akikuja sema ametoka Maisha Bora ama Kambioda, mimi nitajua huyu mtoto si Maisha Bora, nitasema huyu si mtoto wa Maisha Bora, mimi simjui.
He has to have his father's ID card and mother's ID card. That is to show that you are a Kenyan citizen.
Some of the vetting committee members are political operatives who get the assignment as a reward for their support to certain political leaders.
Wanafanya ukabila, mandugu, Ndio unaona wale hawana nini familia pale, hawana watu wao pale, walikuwa wanaumia.
Residents feel that some documents asked for during registration are hard, if not impossible, to get.
First, walikuwa naambiwa kama wewe ni Msomali, screening card unalete. Kipanda ya baba yako. Ya baba yake, babu yake, utatoa wapi? Na wewe ni Msomali, baba yako hajazaliwa katika hospitali. Utatoa hiyo kitu wapi?
For most of the youth whom their father have been victimized during the Wagala massacre, 90% of them are IDless, where we know their fathers have been killed by the Kenya government. The ID card burnt and the house burnt.
Nimepitia shida mingi. Mimi nimesoma hapo, nimezaliwa hapo Wajir. Sasa kupata hiyo imenisumbua sana. Kupata hiyo ID.
The people from Nubian heritage, ethnic Somalis, and those from certain border regions have often been asked to apply for IDs from where their parents were born.
My ID card got lost and I became a victim of the bureaucracy. It was really painful. In 2010, I was given another waiting list card like this to take another picture. And I used to carry that card with me whenever I want to go somewhere. Sometimes they tell me that this is not original. We have to verify you. They will take me to police station. They have to check my fingerprints. Really, I suffered a lot.
Mtu tuna vet, tunakata kipande. Inaweza karibu muda almost 3 years, 4 years. Kipande haitoki haraka. Kama mama kama sasa hii. 1999 mpaka sasa hii tuko miaka ngapi? Mpaka sasa hajapata.
These residents feel that they are denied citizenship. Some argue that there has been a deliberate effort to undercount ethnic Somalis in Kenya and to refuse them citizenship rights in order to deny them a say in the way the country is run.
The other people, the pastoralists, the Somalis, the Turkanas, the Pokots have been left out because you cannot be able to catch up. See now the process of vetting has actually delineated us automatically from being like other Kenyans. So you realize in terms of voting now, automatically your numbers are totally not enough to catch up with the rest of the other Kenyans.
The insecurity in the neighboring countries is increasingly being used as a reason to limit on the timelines for issuing identification documents and the people who can be issued with the same at a given point in time.
Some people are believed to come from across and they come to our country. And those are the people who are bringing us problems. So we make sure that we check that anybody who is passing through here is a Kenyan and he has an ID card, or if he has lost his ID card, he has the police abstract.
Yes, there are security challenges in northern region, but that should not deny the residents of the northern region their basic rights as enshrined in the Constitution, i.e. in getting all documents that is essential to the citizens of this region.
Residents here feel that they are outsiders who have been rejected by the state. They are aliens in their own land.
Kumefika wakati tumeanza kuulizana, je, are we Kenyans? Do we deserve to be still called Kenyans?
So the challenge is how to differentiate a true Kenyan from a non-Kenyan, because they are the same people, same tribes, and same language.
How can we make government machinery in Kenya trust us as Kenyans? Must I go to the mosque and swear in the name of my Allah that I'm a Kenyan citizen?
These inequalities have attracted the attention of different civil society organizations and other non-governmental entities such as the Kenya Human Rights Commission, KHRC. These organizations have embarked on creating awareness for the residents on their rights as Kenyan citizens and calling upon the Kenya government to speed up, review and improve the registration process of its citizens from across the country with equality and dignity.
So through the new constitution, through the new legislation, the Commission has also spearheaded, discussions around what are the gaps we have realized through the researches we have done. And we worked very closely with the Commission for Implementation of the Constitution, CIC, to bring out these issues on the table and say, we want to see some change. And if we want to see some change, these are the kind of changes we need to see based on the kind of work KHRC had done over the years with the people of this area.
We've been working together with the different communities. We work with the Borana community, Samburu community, Turkana, and also Somalis.
We educate the public on the Bill of Rights, specifically targeting them on one-to-one basis, on communal basis, on group discussions.
We're also trying to capacity build the individuals within those areas that they do understand their rights, and they should not just surrender. They should be able to stand up and defend their rights, and if necessary seek for support in terms of getting some of these issues addressed through a court of law.
Lack of an identification document deprives an individual of certain rights, including recognition as a citizen, claims of benefits and compensation from government agencies, banking services, insurance services, land and property ownership, formal marriage, access to government offices, mobile phone and SIM card registration, and university education, among others.
Kama vijana sasa karibu wale wamemaliza kama form 4 wakitaka kwenda college ama wakitaka kuandikwa askari ama wakitaka kuandikwa polisi ama jeshi ama nini, sasa inatakana kipande, sio waiting card huwa wakatanga hawa.
Historically, the successive governments have focused on developing areas of Kenya which are viewed as having higher potential, where people from the ethnic group in leadership tend to live. As a result, the northern Kenya has been marginalized and underdeveloped.
So after the constitution, the new constitution was born, on paper, we are treated now absolutely equally. But in practice, it still does not exist. And the best example I can give you is if you're going to Garissa. Garissa is right on Tana River. But as you're crossing south to the Tana River, you will be stopped. And everybody will be told to get out of the vehicle. And anybody who appears to be or who looks like a Somali will have to identify himself, and he has to bring evidence that you're a true citizen of the country through either a passport or through an ID card.
I got a lot of jobs opportunity. One of them was Cadiz. Another job I got, I was in the short list. But when I went there, they say, "Where is your ID card?" This is my ID card, I told them. They say that this is not an ID card, this is a waiting card.
Kitu ambayo inatuathiri sana, hata kipande wakati unakuwa registered, si ajabu inaweza kuchukua mwaka mmoja hata mwaka mbili kabla hujapata hiyo kipande. Kwa hivyo katika huyo wakati pengine exercise fulani ya kiserikali ikikuja hapa kama census, tunaweza kuwa tunapoteza about 40% of our population because of lack of ID card.
With a devolved system of government, lack of proper identification documents is likely to impact negatively on the economic growth of the affected counties. Devolution requires county residents to provide the necessary resources, including personnel, to the development of the counties.
I am losing a lot of resources in this country because our people are not registered in time.
I want to pay the tax of the government. How can I pay it without this document?
So far, if you talk to people in Wajir, they'll tell you, yes, there's still a problem, but somehow the duration has come down.
Wavijana walikuwa wanasumbuliwa zaidi ni screening card. Juzi tu ndio mambo ya screening card iliwachwa.
Kwa saa hizi sasa serikali yenyewe wamejaribu kuangalia. Hata mimi nilikuwa mmoja wao wa wale ambaye walikuwa wamepata hiyo shida ya ID.
Vile nimepata kitambulisho, maisha yangu imenisaidia. Nimepata naye kazi, nimefungua naye akaunti.
Many experts have suggested that citizenship determination should be separated from issuance of documents. There should be one registration process with one database from which multiple personal documents can be issued and easily accessed. Consequently, people should be able to provide their biometrics and photos to the registration office in time to avoid the delay in identification process.
We are having a team from Nairobi who is putting up e-government in all the offices within the Isiolo district. I think that one will give us a better way of doing the service, so that if in the long term we fill everything through the internet, through the computer, so that we communicate directly, not through the manual work, the hard copy. So everything will be easy.
Someone from this region, specifically the northern region, to be represented at the national level.
Kwanza kibande iletwe kila county.
Citizenship should be recognized from when one is born. That is citizenship at birth. We would want people to register at that stage. Then you have a specific number that now will control everything. You come to age 12, 13, it's only the biometrics which are looked at, and it's confirmed that yes, this gentleman or this lady was born in Mombasa, was born in Wajir, was born wherever, and they are entitled to getting an ID straight away, because we don't feel as the commission that the best way to vet people. If you ask us, we'll tell you there are people found in Nairobi illegally. And if you ask anybody from immigration, they cannot even explain how these people got into Nairobi.
Unless these measures are undertaken, the people of the northern region and other border points of Kenya will continue to be aliens in their own land.